So now let's do the body paragraph in detail. I'll explain you the question again. The question was, in many countries, comma, the student's ability to concentrate in the classroom has decreased. What are the causes and solutions? So here the examiner is asking us about the reasons why the student's ability has decreased in the school and how we can solve this problem. So in this lesson, we'll be discussing about the reasons, the body paragraph 1 in detail by the same format which I have told you, which was SPEEP method. Now we will do it in detail, and here is the complete body paragraph in front of you. So the first thing which I have told you was S. S was the subject line. Subject line means what we are going to write in this paragraph. We will tell this to the examiner in the first line of body paragraph 1. So the subject line here is, here we are going to write the reasons. So what do we think can be the reasons why students cannot concentrate? So what I think is because of the phones, because of the gadgets, because of internet, their concentration has been decreased because they are distracted. They more focus on the internet and on the World Wide Web and on the other platforms, the digital platforms. The other reason can be, which I feel can be, poor teaching methods, which includes old school methods of teaching till date, where students cannot understand the things, or they do not interact with the teacher. They are unable to focus and concentrate because of the boring methods of teaching. Or maybe students are unable to concentrate because the teachers teach in a very different way and students cannot comprehend that way. So this can be the reason. So now we have these reasons. We have to put it in this format. So the first thing is subject line. So we'll write the subject line every time you write the reasons paragraph. You will write the same subject line which I'm going to tell you now. You have to learn this line basically. So this line is, there are myriad, MYRIAD. Myriad means many, a lot, superfluity, plethora. So you can use any words, manifold, influx. So these are some of the vocabulary words which you can replace, where you can replace many or a lot with these some magical words. So I have used this word myriad. There are myriad of reasons behind this issue. So there are superfluity, many reasons behind this problem. So we will write this subject line every time you will write a reason. So you have to basically learn this line. Then put a full stop. Full stops, commas should be visible. Everything counts in writing. So put a full stop. Now the next thing after S was P. P means writing the first point. And I have told you, before writing the first point, you have to use a connector. So the first connector here I have used is firstly. Firstly, this is the first connector before writing our first point. So now we will write our first point. So here, firstly, after full stop, your first letter will be capital. So here F is capital. Then put a comma. Put a comma after each connector. Put a comma. Then write down the first reason. One of the key reasons for what? For reduced student focus. So our main topic is what we are writing here. We are writing the reasons why the focus, why the concentration is reduced among students in the school curriculum. So one of the key reasons for this problem is the excess usage of digital devices and internet. So this is our point, and we'll write down the point only. We'll write down the keyword only and put a full stop. Do not explain anything. So this is the excess usage of digital devices and internet is our first point. First point. Put a full stop. Do not explain anything in the first line or in the second line. Now, after P comes E. E means explanation. So before explanation, again we have to use a connector. So explanation means now we will be explaining this point and linking it with the topic. So we have to link internet and digital devices with the lack of concentration among students. So before explaining, use this connector. In other words. In other words means we are explaining this point now in different words and in different terms in detail. In other words, comma. Now we will explain it. How these devices have affected the lack of ability to concentrate. The easy access to smartphones, tablets and computers has created a constant source of distraction for students. So now I have explained that these devices are very easy to access. Every student is having these devices at home, which is smartphones, tablets, tabs, laptops, computers. So these are easy to access, because of which it has created a constant source of distraction for students. And even more, the lure means attraction, L-U-R-E, lure. The lure of social media, online gaming and other platforms. So what are the things which are attracting the students? These can be games, social media like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, shopping platforms. These are, write down the applications which are attracting the students. So in the first line I have explained the gadgets are easy to access. Now in the second line of explanation I am writing what are there in those gadgets which are attracting. So these are games, shopping apps, these are social media platforms which are attracting the students significantly, which is diminishing students' ability to focus on their studies. So till here is my explanation of the first point. This in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5.5, in 5.5 lines. So this is the main thing. You have to explain your point till it gets linked with the question. Okay. So I hope there is no doubt. You can take screenshot and you can read it at your own pace whenever you get time. Now, the second thing was our second point. Now we have to explain our second point. Before explaining the second point, write down the second point. So before writing the second point, write down a connector. I have used moreover. Moreover is my connector for the second point. Moreover, comma, the second reason is the teaching methods play a role in diminishing concentration. So this is the second reason. Just put a full stop here. Write down the keyword. Now we will explain this point, that how teaching methods are diminishing the attention of the students. So this is the explanation here. So now, before explaining the second point, there is no need to use a connector here, which we used here. In other words, there is no need to use a connector for the second explanation. So here I have explained this teaching methods point. That is, if lessons are not engaging, they are more likely to become disinterested and inattentive. So if the methods, the teaching methods are not engaging, interactive, then students cannot become interested. That means they become disinterested and they cannot become attentive, which means inattentive. What's more, the pressure to cover a vast syllabus. So on the teachers there is a pressure to cover more curriculum, more syllabus in a limited time, which can result in fast-paced teaching. Fast-paced teaching means very quick teaching. Like I am explaining you step by step in detail. In the school curriculum, teachers have syllabus to cover within 1 month, within 15 days, within 10 days. So they teach very fastly, due to which students cannot comprehend, they cannot concentrate. So this is the second reason which makes it challenging for students to keep up. So this was my second reason, teaching methods. And I have explained this in again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 lines. Till here is my explanation of the second reason. Now, last P. Last P stands for point validation. I have not used any example here because my explanations were already so detailed. So if I could have used examples, it would be of 15-16 lines. So you can use examples only if you think you are unable to explain it in detail. So there you can put an example to cover 2-3 lines. But it's not optional. It's completely up to you. Last P stands for point validation. Now we will end this paragraph with a line. I have used thus, THUS. Thus, these reasons are accelerating this problem. Accelerating means increasing this problem. So this is the ending line, concluding line of this paragraph. So I hope this is clear. You can read it step by step and look at the connectors which I have used. Look at the vocabulary words which are different for you. Write down the notes somewhere, and whenever you're free, try to remember those new words which you have learned in one day. Like lure I have used here. There are other vocabulary words which I have written. Diminishing, accelerating, disinterested, inattentive. So make a list and write down these words along with the meanings. Try to implement these words in your daily routine, even in your speaking. So this was all about body paragraph 1. We'll do body paragraph 2 in the next lesson. I hope it's clear. If you have any queries or any doubts, you can text me anytime. I'll be happy to help you. So see you in the next class. Bye.